So let's go to the third question. So our guests have really enjoyed the Mark Ford's interview, where he speaks about how to go from 0 to 1 million, from 1 million to 10 million, and from 10 million to 100 million. What would you add to his ideas, and what would you recommend to a marketer who is starting his journey today?
Yeah, so that, that's based on his book, Ready, Fire, Aim. And he thanks me in the intro because he sold a seminar on building a business, and then he didn't know what the hell he was going to teach. And so he asked me, what should I teach? And I was like, I think you should teach the different stages, because that's something that only you could teach. And so I'm trying to remember, he didn't go into a lot of detail about the optimum selling system. I know he talked about it a little bit, but did he do it justice? I don't remember.
But besides that, what would be other ideas?
Well, I would say that, the optimum selling system is based on using a low-priced front-end acquisition vehicle, right? Like something to use to acquire customers. And that is certainly a strategy that can be followed. But my experience is that it's actually easier to get started these days, which, when Mark was doing his most active stuff, this wasn't really viable, is to actually start with a back end, not a front end. And I say that because it's very hard for a lot of people to sell something at $20 or $30 or $40 and to do so profitably. It just, you have to be good at what you do. You have to have good copy. You have to get good advertising. You have to have high conversions, all those things. Whereas, at least in the US, and I would assume Italy there as well, it takes a lot less to have, to advertise a webinar on Facebook that's selling a product that's more expensive, much more expensive than $20 or $30. It could be $500 or $1,000 or $2,000. And then it makes the math a lot easier to get working in the beginning. And, when we developed the automated webinar, that's what we ended up doing. We were advertising the webinar, and the webinar was selling at that time our $3,000 coaching program, and all the leads, went in through there. And then if they attended the webinar and they didn't buy, then there was another program that was $1,000, not $3,000. And then if they didn't buy that, then they were offered our continuity program, which was $50 a month. So, it went down. And then a lot of people who were in our $50 a month ultimately went up. So, but it was hard for us to advertise the $49 monthly, these reports, and do so at a break even or better, right? Whereas we could acquire customers for the coaching program at much better than break even. And then all of the other sales were basically free, right? Because we had already paid for the leads. And I would say that nowadays I would at least give strong consideration of a descension model as opposed to an ascension model.
Really, really interesting, Rich, because we noticed there's a lot of advertisers over here that are still doing advertising on a front-end product. And maybe 2-3 years ago, they got the right margin to get a profit. But right now, it's not possible anymore. That's why I think the front-end product is just a liquidation product just to pay off your advertising and nothing else.
Yeah. So I want something to that. Do you think that affiliate marketing for e-commerce is gonna completely change? I mean, people right now are making money selling $49 products on Facebook, and they're profitable like that. But how is that gonna change?
It depends. It depends if that affiliate has a following or not. But I would say that, I don't know. I mean, look, it depends on, I would say it depends on what they're selling more than anything else.
most
but
of all here in Italy, nutraceutic product or cosmetic product, something like
right.
cream. But the selling point is 49 euros. And there's not marketers out there that got a list on that niche. They just advertise straight to the offer, and then they make some margin. But what we noticed that a lot of friends of us just started to say, I'm not profitable anymore. And affiliate network have a back-end offer, because for you it's normal, but network over here no back-end offer. You just go straight to the front-end product, and that's it. So
That's it.
that's why the question from Marcello, because what's your opinion about this? Because it's something sustainable in the next years, or is something that Facebook gonna put it out, his platform?
I'm not sure. I mean, there's always going to be like affiliate stuff. Like, there are very big affiliate networks here in the US that, for Nike, for big brands, right?
Yeah.
And when you look at a business, I think one of the reasons that companies like Agora have grown so quickly, and I worked with a lot of the big newsletter companies, so it's not just Agora, but they looked at the first sale. They didn't get a customer to make a sale. They made a sale to get a customer. And so the whole idea of that first sale wasn't to make any money. In fact, if you're making money on that, it means that you're not advertising far enough, wide enough, so that you aren't making money on it. That it's really about acquiring customers, because you know that every customer is worth X. And the more of those that you can get, the better off and the healthier your business is, the more it grows. So it's a very different perspective. I wouldn't say that everybody in the US looks at it like that. I would say that anyone who's sophisticated in the US looks at it that way, that we are in the business of acquiring customers who are worth X. And therefore, every sale we make is really the acquisition of a customer, every first sale. It's not anything that we're trying to make money on. And, at the end of the day, that fosters better products too, right? Because if you're hoping that someone is going to be worth more to you than their original purchase, it means that they're satisfied with that first purchase, or they wouldn't be buying more from you.